I'm Alex Winston, and I am a musician from New York City. Well, Detroit and New York City, both. I definitely am a better writer when I am alone and when maybe my heart hurts a little bit. But most of my songs haven't been about love. They've kind of been about other things. I wish I cared about the things you care about, but I don't. The skrill in the bars and the legs in the stars, but I don't. Growing up in Detroit was actually so important to, I think, my style of music and my influences, and just in general, it was just such a big, the actual city itself and the musicians that came from there were just such an important, big part of my life. My dad is a musician, I mean, it's a hobby. He works in scrap metal in Detroit, but he was always really involved in music, and he played guitar and played drums, so it was very important to him that I pick up any instrument, preferably a guitar, but any instrument really. My dad, he bought me a guitar when I was 7, and tried to get me to learn how. Well, first he tried to get my brother to learn how, and he smashed his guitar. So then he wasn't allowed to play anymore, so it was my turn. And he got it for me when I was 7, and I was just too young. I would try, and I was like, oh, my fingers hurt, blah, 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 blah. And I used to call him Joe Jackson because he was so strict with me. He'd be like, come to me when you're ready. And so finally, when I was about 10, I think I really wanted to play in a talent show. So I was like, Dad, I come crawling back. I'm like, I'm ready to learn now. So he taught me the basics on guitar. I never really took lessons, just sort of listened to music and just would try to learn things by ear, but he definitely was the first one that taught me what the hell I was doing. I feel like I've always kind of been a full-time musician. I always found reasons to skip school to play music, and that started when I was about 16. I would go record, and my parents were fine with it. They were always very supportive, so they'd be calling me in, and the woman, the secretary, would be, I know she's not sick, she was like, I know what she's doing. Keep going, no focus. I'm always questioning myself, and I feel like for me I'm always constantly analyzing and criticizing myself. So there have been like some really high points, and sometimes where I'm like, I need to throw in the towel, man. I don't know. So I'm a really big fan of early rock and roll stuff. Chuck Berry, he's one of my favorites, because he writes really simple but classic, memorable pop songs. I don't have any other talents. I often think about this. I don't know what else I would do if I wasn't a musician. I beat myself up about being a musician, whether, that kind of thing, but if I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't be happy doing anything else, and I don't have any other hobbies or talents at all. None.